From Knicks Film School, and he joins us. John, first off, happy Thanksgiving, a little early, and appreciate the time tonight. Even being short, the Knicks did what you expected them to do. Favored down in Hornets and took care of business pretty easily. What's your big takeaway from the Wednesday victory?
I think you just said it. They took care of business. You know, it's crazy that it was only about 4 or 5 days ago that the Knicks played the Orlando Magic and had a really rough outing that had a lot of people suddenly doubting what this team was capable of, maybe what their ceiling was going to be this year. And so you have these two kind of patsies on the schedule. No offense to the Nets and Charlotte, but they went in, beat the Nets pretty easily, and after they went down 8-2 tonight, they ended up taking care of business, and I think they took care of it in a way that you liked to see. It's funny, Mike Brown just said the Knicks took what was available to them. We've seen some games where the Knicks put up a lot of threes this year. Tonight, 64 points in the paint, which I think really showed, and I think we're going to talk about Josh Hart in a bit, the impact of having that extra juice on the floor, extra ball handler, some extra creativity to really juice the offensive flow and get one of the better scoring and most efficient scoring outputs of the year for the Knicks.
Well, Jonathan, you led perfectly into it. We mentioned the starting lineup during the highlight. Hart in, Towns at center, Robinson coming off the bench. He made his return on Wednesday, and Hart had a season-high 22 points. Do you like what Mike Brown's doing with the lineup right now?
I like it because it shows that he is willing to experiment and willing to try out some different things. I know, recently both Mike Brown and Josh Hart spoke about how maybe it took them a little while to kind of figure this thing out. Mike Brown even saying, look, if I had to do it over again earlier in the year, I might have put Josh Hart into some of those games late if I could have a do-over. Well, now he's getting the chance to give Josh Hart all the minutes that he could handle now that OG Anunoby is still down with this injury. And I think when you're seeing this version of Josh Hart, who is confident not only in his shot, but just about how he goes about his business on the court, turning defense into offense, he's getting in passing lanes, he's running the floor, fast break basketball. This is the Josh Hart that could take the Knicks to another level because he makes everybody around him better. I know it's a cliche, but it's a cliche for a reason because he embodies that when he is going like this.
Jonathan, we know that the Knicks can score, right? Mike Brown and his style of basketball is going to lead to that, and they've got enough of offensive prowess. But where do you think this Knicks defense is right now at this stage of the season?
Better than it was about a week ago, I can tell you that. Look, it helps when you're playing the Nets and the Hornets, but at the same time, anybody who watches NBA basketball knows that anybody can go out and put up a big scoring performance. The Wizards, who lost 1 million games in a row, they put up 40 in the first quarter last night. So you need to go out there and do your job. And unfortunately, a lot of games this season, the Knicks weren't doing that. It starts with being able to stay in front of your man. I thought the Knicks did a good job of that. They got some good contests on some threes tonight. And I just got to give a shout out to Mikal Bridges, who is having absolutely one of the best defensive seasons in the entire league. It seems every time you look up at the box score, he's got a couple of steals, a couple of blocks. He is really, I would say, the primary generator of turning defense into offense for this team, and that's the easiest way you're ever going to score. So if Mikal Bridges keeps playing like this, and then they could get OG Anunoby back on top of it, then you're looking at the makings of a top 10 defense that could really do some damage.
Well, Jonathan, thanks. It's always great chatting with you. You're great, and always when the Knicks are actually good. Appreciate the time. Enjoy the holiday, all right?
You too. Thank you so much.